Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic stars. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on the dashing Robert Taylor, a leading man whose all-American looks and undeniable charm captivated audiences for decades. With a career spanning over 3 decades, Taylor's life was a true Hollywood tale of glamour, romance, and drama, filled with twists and turns that would rival any screenplay. But before he became a household name, Robert Taylor was just a young boy from Nebraska with big dreams and an unquenchable thirst for the spotlight. Born on August 5, 1911, in Philae, Nebraska, Spangler Arlington Brew, later known as Robert Taylor, was the only child of Ruth Adeline and Spangler Andrew Brew. His father, a rugged farmer with a heart of gold, and his mother, a former schoolteacher with a passion for music and drama, instilled in him a strong sense of values and a love for the arts from a very young age. The family's rural life was marked by simplicity and hard work, with young Spangler helping out on the farm from a tender age, learning the value of manual labor and the importance of getting his hands dirty. However, it was his mother who encouraged his early interest in music and drama, recognizing the creative spark in her son and nurturing it like a precious flame. As the Brew family relocated to Beatrice, Nebraska, and later to Fremont, Spangler's exposure to the world beyond farming grew exponentially. He developed a passion for singing and acting, participating in local theater productions and church choirs, where his powerful voice and charismatic stage presence quickly made him a standout. His parents, though not stage parents per se, supported his creative pursuits wholeheartedly, fostering an environment that allowed him to explore his talents without fear of failure or judgment. The influence of his mother, in particular, would have a lasting impact on Taylor's future, as she nurtured his love for the performing arts and encouraged him to pursue his dreams with unwavering dedication. The 1920s were a transformative time for America, with the Roaring '20s bringing about significant social change, cultural shifts, and economic growth. For young Spangler, this era meant access to new forms of entertainment, including silent films and vaudeville shows, which further fueled his ambition to become a performer. He would often sneak into the local movie theater to watch the likes of Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton, mesmerized by their antics on screen and dreaming of the day he could join their ranks. As he entered his teenage years, Taylor's interest in acting and music only deepened, leading him to join the Fremont High School Glee Club and participate in various school plays, where he honed his craft under the guidance of experienced instructors. One particular anecdote that stands out from this period is Taylor's performance in a high school production of The Merchant of Venice, where he played the role of Bassanio with such conviction and charm that it earned him a standing ovation from the audience. This early success taste only whetted his appetite for more, and he began to see the stage as a platform not just for self-expression, but also for connection with others. Upon graduating from high school in 1929, Taylor enrolled in Doane College in Crete, Nebraska, where he studied music and drama, determined to hone his skills and make a name for himself in the world of entertainment. It was during his college years that Taylor began to develop his acting skills in earnest, performing in numerous stage productions and honing his craft under the guidance of experienced instructors. He would often spend hours in the college's theater, rehearsing lines, practicing movements, and perfecting his technique, driven by a fierce determination to succeed. The economic backdrop of the Great Depression, which began to unfold around this time, would later influence Taylor's decision to pursue a career in Hollywood, as the entertainment industry seemed to offer a more stable and lucrative future than other fields. As he navigated the challenges of college life, Taylor found solace in his creative pursuits, using them as a means of escape from the uncertainty and hardship that surrounded him. As Taylor navigated his early 20s, he found himself at a crossroads, weighing his options between a career in music, drama, or even medicine, which his parents had initially envisioned for him. However, it was the allure of the stage and the silver screen that ultimately won out, setting him on a path that would lead him to become one of Hollywood's most beloved leading men. With his rugged good looks, charming personality, and burgeoning talent, Robert Taylor was poised to take the entertainment world by storm, But first, he had to make the leap from small-town Nebraska to the bright lights of Hollywood. The question on everyone's mind, including his own, was, could this small-town boy with big dreams really make it in the city of angels? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain. Robert Taylor was ready to take on the challenge of a lifetime. As the 1930s dawned, Robert Taylor's determination to make it in Hollywood burned brighter than ever. With a fierce ambition and a strong work ethic as his guiding forces, he packed his bags, bid a bittersweet farewell to his family and friends in Nebraska, and set off for the City of Angels. The vast expanse of the American heartland gave way to the sun-kissed landscape of California, its promise of stardom and success beckoning him like a siren's call. Upon arriving in Los Angeles, Taylor enrolled in the prestigious Pasadena Playhouse, a renowned theater company that had launched the careers of numerous Hollywood stars, including the likes of Tyrone Power and Gregory Peck. It was within the storied walls of the Pasadena Playhouse that Taylor honed his acting skills, performing in various stage productions that showcased his talent and charisma. The thrill of being on stage, the rush of adrenaline as the curtains drew open, and the applause of the audience all combined to fuel his passion for acting. As he navigated the complexities of character development and scene study, Taylor caught the attention of talent scouts from major film studios who were drawn to his rugged good looks, charming on-screen presence, and undeniable star power. In 1934, Taylor's big break came when he was discovered by a Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer (MGM) talent scout, who was impressed by his performance in a production of The Taming of the Shrew. The scout, whose name was Benjamin Thau, saw something special in Taylor, a unique blend of vulnerability and strength, of sensitivity and charm. He was promptly signed to a 7-year contract with MGM, marking the beginning of a long and storied association with the studio that would propel him to stardom. As Taylor walked through the iconic gates of MGM, he felt a sense of pride and accomplishment, knowing that he had taken the first step towards realizing his dreams. Taylor's early years at MGM were marked by a series of small roles in films such as Handy Andy, 1934, and The Spectacle Maker, 1935, which allowed him to gain valuable experience and build his confidence in front of the camera. These roles, though minor, provided Taylor with an opportunity to learn from some of the industry's most seasoned professionals, including directors like George Cukor and actors like Wallace Beery. As he worked on these films, Taylor absorbed every detail, every nuance, and every trick of the trade, using them to hone his craft and prepare himself for the bigger roles that lay ahead. However, it was not until 1936 that Taylor landed his first major role, playing the part of Armand Duval in Camille, opposite the incomparable Greta Garbo. This film marked a turning point in Taylor's career, as his performance earned him critical acclaim and recognition within the industry. The experience of working with Garbo, who was known for her intense preparation and perfectionism, pushed Taylor to new heights as an actor. He recalled later that she had been a tremendous influence on him, teaching him the importance of nuance and subtlety in his performances. As one critic noted at the time, Robert Taylor is a young actor with a great deal of promise, and his portrayal of Armand Duval is a notable achievement. The success of Camille cemented Taylor's status as a rising star in Hollywood, and he went on to appear in a string of successful films throughout the late 1930s, including A Yank at Oxford, 1938, and Waterloo Bridge, 1940. One of the most significant relationships Taylor formed during this period was with his co-star and future wife, Barbara Stanwyck. The two met on the set of His Brother's Wife in 1936 and quickly became inseparable, both on and off screen. Their romance was marked by a deep affection and mutual respect, with Stanwyck later recalling that Taylor was the love of my life. The couple's marriage in 1939 was a highly publicized event, with the press dubbing them Hollywood's most glamorous couple. As they navigated the complexities of their careers and personal lives, Taylor and Stanwyck found solace in each other, forming a bond that would endure for many years to come. As the 1940s dawned, Taylor's career continued to soar, with notable performances in films such as Escape, 1940, and Johnny Eager, 1941. His portrayal of the titular character in Johnny Eager earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, solidifying his position as one of Hollywood's leading men. Taylor's collaboration with director Mervyn LeRoy on Johnny Eager was particularly noteworthy, as it marked the beginning of a long and fruitful partnership between the two that would yield some of Taylor's most memorable performances. LeRoy, who had previously directed films like Little Caesar, 1931, and I Am a Fugitive from a Chain Gang, 1932, brought out the best in Taylor, pushing him to explore new depths as an actor. Throughout the early 1940s, Taylor remained one of MGM's most bankable stars, appearing in a wide range of films that showcased his versatility as an actor. As his star continued to rise, Taylor found himself at the forefront of some of the most significant films of the era, working with directors like Vincente Minnelli and George Cukor, and actors like Clark Gable and Spencer Tracy. He became known for his professionalism, his dedication to his craft, and his unwavering commitment to excellence. As the 1940s drew to a close, Robert Taylor's career continued to flourish like a garden in full bloom, with notable performances in films such as Undercurrent, 1946, and The High Wall, 1947. His collaboration with director Vincente Minnelli on Undercurrent was particularly noteworthy, as it marked a significant departure from his typical romantic lead roles. Taylor's portrayal of the complex and troubled character of Alan Garraway earned him critical acclaim and solidified his position as one of Hollywood's most versatile actors. The film's dark and moody tone, coupled with Minnelli's masterful direction, brought out a depth in Taylor's performance that had not been seen before. The experience of working on Undercurrent was a pivotal moment in Taylor's career, as it allowed him to tap into his own emotional vulnerabilities and explore the complexities of the human psyche. As he delved deeper into the character of Alan Garraway, Taylor discovered a newfound appreciation for the nuances of psychological drama, which would become a hallmark of his later work. In the 1950s, Taylor began to transition into more mature roles, often playing characters with a sense of gravitas and authority. His performances in films such as Ivanhoe, 1952, and Knights of the Round Table, 1953, showcased his ability to bring depth and nuance to historical dramas. Taylor's work during this period was marked by a sense of introspection and self-awareness, as he began to explore more complex themes and characters in his films. He became increasingly drawn to roles that allowed him to explore the human condition, often playing characters who were flawed, yet ultimately redeemed. One notable example of Taylor's growth as an actor during this period was his performance in Ivanhoe, where he played the titular character with a sense of vulnerability and sensitivity. The film's epic scope and sweeping landscapes provided a backdrop for Taylor to explore the complexities of chivalry and honor, and his portrayal of Ivanhoe was both nuanced and captivating. As he navigated the challenges of playing a legendary hero, Taylor brought a sense of humility and introspection to the role, which added depth and complexity to the character. As the years passed, Taylor continued to work steadily, appearing in a wide range of films that showcased his enduring talent and appeal. His later works included notable performances in The Last Hunt, 1956, and Party Girl, 1958, both of which demonstrated his ability to adapt to changing cinematic landscapes. Despite the challenges posed by the decline of the traditional studio system, Taylor remained a beloved and respected figure in Hollywood, known for his professionalism, dedication, and unwavering commitment to excellence. Taylor's personal life also underwent significant changes during this period. He and Barbara Stanwyck divorced in 1951, but remained close friends until her death in 1990. The divorce was a difficult and painful experience for both parties, but Taylor emerged from it with a newfound sense of purpose and direction. He married actress Ursula Thies in 1954, and the couple had 2 children together, bringing joy and fulfillment to his personal life. As he looked back on his life and career, Taylor reflected on the importance of perseverance and hard work, saying, "The most important thing in life is to learn how to give out love and let it come in. I think that's the secret to a happy life." As Taylor approached the twilight of his years, he became increasingly private, focusing on his family and his love of ranching. He found solace in the quiet rhythms of rural life, surrounded by the beauty of nature and the simplicity of country living. Despite his withdrawal from the public eye, Taylor's legacy continued to grow as a new generation of actors and filmmakers discovered his work and drew inspiration from his performances. Robert Taylor passed away on June 8, 1969, at the age of 57 due to complications from lung cancer. His death was met with an outpouring of tributes and condolences from the film industry, as well as from fans around the world. The news of his passing sent shockwaves through Hollywood as colleagues and friends mourned the loss of a beloved talent and a true gentleman. Today, Taylor is remembered as one of Hollywood's most enduring and beloved stars, a talented actor who brought joy and inspiration to countless audiences through his work. Taylor's legacy extends far beyond his impressive filmography, as he remains an iconic figure in American popular culture. His influence can be seen in the work of countless actors and filmmakers who have followed in his footsteps, and his contributions to the art of cinema continue to inspire new generations of artists and enthusiasts. In the years since his passing, Taylor's films have continued to captivate audiences, offering a glimpse into a bygone era of glamour and sophistication. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm Casey Gold, reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.